And he said, inhabitants have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. This is bad doctrine that she have given you. And you can see they have been made drunk. If you just look at the madness that's going on. Look at the madness that's going to be on the 31st of this month. You think they ain't drunk? Ain't talking about physically drunk either. They spiritual. If that ain't madness, I don't know what is. Go ahead and read on.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness.
Go ahead.
And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Go ahead.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Now, this is the Roman Catholic Church and that bad doctrine that she has passed on to the world. Go ahead and read that next verse.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Somebody said the mother of harlots and abominations. You said, well, I ain't Roman Catholic, see? Okay, so you one of the daughters then. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you go and read history, you will find out where Protestantism came from. You know where it came from? Right out of the Catholic Church. Did they go back to the Bible when they separated themselves? No, they didn't. They still got Halloween, ain't they?
That's right.
They still got Sunday. They still got Christmas, and they still got Easter. So now the same thing that the mother gave, that is the same thing that the daughter.
That's right.
And make no mistake about it, they are the daughters. All you got to do is read history, and it will tell you that. We don't have time to read everything today. Let's go now to and look at this Babylon here. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, and we'll pick it up at verse 1. Because I like to call this Babylon the last Babylon. You had a Babylon that was back in Nebuchadnezzar's time. Now you have a Babylon that's going to be around in the end time. Because what we were reading in the 17th chapter of Revelation, that is end time. And this is end time that you were reading about here in this Jeremiah chapter 50, and I'm going to show you how I know that. Because Israel got scattered, didn't it? You know, the whole nation of Israel got scattered. Israel and Judah got scattered. You had the split, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And then the 10 tribes, they got scattered around 722 BC. And Judah got scattered for the last time in 70 AD. And they have not come back together to this day.
That's right.
But now what you're reading about here is when they're going to come back together. And the book clearly tell you when they come back together, David going to be king over them. And the Lord going to be sitting there in Jerusalem along with David. So we know this is yet to come here. Jeremiah chapter 50 and began at verse 1. Jeremiah 50 and verse 1. Go ahead and read.
The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish, and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken. Baal is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their God.
That's how I know this is yet future. Because the children of Israel and the children of Judah, they have never come back together, have they?
No.
And they're not going to come back together until the Lord returns. So now the Lord say in those days and at that time, the children of Israel and the children of Judah shall go weeping, seeking the Lord God. Israel's in trouble then, boy. It is truly a time of Jacob's trouble.
That's right.
You know, Jeremiah told you about in the 31st chapter of Jeremiah. It said it will even be a time of Jacob's trouble. Israel is in trouble. Now they going weeping, seeking the Lord their God. Go ahead and read on.
They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, Come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten.
Now he said they're going to come say, let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. But now we're reading about Babylon here at this time. Right. And we know this is end time here. Look at what else the Lord said. Go ahead and read.
My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
And yeah, they're still lost sheep. And the shepherds are still causing them to go astray because the shepherds are telling them, You ain't got to obey no commandments. So if you ain't got to obey the commandment, that means you can even break the first one then, doesn't it? You can have some other God other than the true and living God. See, they don't even realize they telling them that. You know, they think they just kicking against stuff like the Sabbath day. But you done told them Jesus nailed the law to the cross. You didn't say he nailed the Sabbath day to the cross. You said the law to the cross. And the law includes having no other God other than the true and living God, doesn't it? So now, he said, my people have been lost sheep, and their shepherds have caused them to go astray. Go ahead and read on.
They have turned them away on the mountains.
Go ahead.
They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
And truly, they do not know their resting place. Because the shepherds have caused them to go astray. So they don't know nothing about their resting place. Go ahead and read on.
All that found them have devoured them.
And they still devour them to this very day. Go ahead and read.
And their adversaries said, we offend not.
See what the adversaries say? You know, they have devoured them. And the adversaries said, you know, we don't offend. Go ahead and read.
Because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers.
Now, let's skip down to verse 17. Go ahead and read.
Israel is a scattered sheep.
Yes, they are. To this day, they are. Go ahead and read.
The lions have driven him away. First, the king of Assyria hath devoured him.
Go ahead.
Last, this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, hath broken his bones.
Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria.
Go ahead.
And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead.
Go ahead and read.
In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found.
So now we know this is yet future. When the Lord, the sins of Israel are going to be sought for, and there shall be none. This is future here. But we are dealing with Babylon at this time. Go ahead and finish that verse up.
For I will pardon them whom I reserve.
Now, skip down to verse 33 and continue reading. Go ahead and read.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Go ahead.
Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give them rest to the land, that he may give rest to the land, and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon.
Now we know this is the end time. Here the Lord is still talking about Babylon here, isn't it?
Yes,
and this is the last Babylon here. That is the one that will be around at the coming of the Lord. The one that we read about in the 17th chapter of Revelation. You know, the one that all the nations of the earth have been made to drink of the fornication of her